Hello, this is page 155 and 156 worked out. So problem number one, this doesn't have the xy axis. We just have one variable to solve for. So I'm going to add 4 to both sides. So I get 3x is less than 12. Divide by 3, so x is less than 4. So we had a 0 here, you had a 4 here, it would be an open dot going this way. That's something we've done in the past. Next one, I'm going to subtract 3x from both sides. Subtract 3 from both sides. And that's going to give me -5. So I have -5 down here, 0 here. This is a solid dot going this way. All right, so we want to take a look. Let's verify each of these points. So 3, -2. So 1, 2, 3, down 2. It's right down there. So this is a no. 3, 2 is right here. So it's in the shaded region. That's going to be a yes. 0, 5 is up here. That's also a yes. -3, -4 is down here. That's also a yes. 4, 2. Well, because the line is dotted and it lands right on the dotted line, that's a no. And then 4, 0, which is right here, that's also a no. Let me know if you have any questions. Happy to help you. Okay, remember with these, this is an x, this is a y. We're going to plug those in. So I'm going to get -3 is less than -3/4 x plus 1 is -3 less than -3/4 times 1 is -3/4. -3/4 plus 4/4, because that's the same thing as 1, would be 1/4. So is -3 less than? That's true. So that is a solution. Next, I'm going to take my x and y value and plug them in. So I get 0 is less than -3/4 times 4 plus 1. Those cancel. So I'm going to get this, -3 plus 1. So 0 is less than -2. Is 0 less than -2? That's false. If my pen would write, it would be a lot better. So not a solution. Next one, this is our x, this is our y. I'm going to plug those values in. So I'm going to get 3 times 3 plus 2 times 4. Is that greater than 8? So 3 times 3 is 9. Plus 8, that's 17. Is 17 greater than 8? That's true. That is a solution. Here's my x and y value. Plug those in. So I'm going to get 3 times 2 plus, oops, that's supposed to be 3 times 1/3. I'm sorry, that's a 1/3. Plus 2 times 2, is that greater than or equal to 8? Well, those cancel, so I get 1 plus 4, is that greater than 8? Is 1 plus 4 greater than 8? No, that's not a solution. We're going to plug in our x and our y value. So I have -1 plus 2 is greater than 1/2. 3 minus 1, so that's 1. That's going to give me 2. Those cancel. Is 1 greater than 1? No. If it had the equal sign, then yes, so that's not a solution. There's an x, there's a y. Plug them in. So you get -3 plus 2. Is that greater than 1/2? 2 minus 1. Is that -1? 2 minus 1 is 1. What's 1/2 times 1? That's 1/2. Is -1 greater than that? No, that's not a solution. Okay, again, remind me if you have any questions. Happy to come over and do the best I can helping you out. All right, we're going to move down. All right, first problem. This is dotted because I don't have the equal sign. This is set up as xy. So I have blank, comma, 0, 0, comma, blank. Let me change the color. Oh, I didn't mean to change that color. So that means up here on top, I'm going to get, that's a y, so I'm going to get 5x equals 20 divided by 5, so that's 4, so 4 comma 0. I don't know what's going on here. So 5 comma 0, or 4 comma 0 is right here. This was a little sloppy. You might want to watch the board when I do this one. And this one is going to give me, this is a an x value. So it's going to be negative 2y equals 20 divided by 2. So that's going to be a 10. So 0, 10 is up here. Dotted line. It's because it's a shape that it's messing up on here. So I'm actually going to just put this on my whiteboard. This will be easier to look at. Let's rework this problem. So this is number 15. Excuse me. 5x minus 2y is greater than 20. So that's going to tell us it's dotted. So I'm going to do my x value and my y value. So that's blank comma 0, 0 comma blank. So remember, this is a y value. So cover that up. So 5x equals 20. Divide each side by 5, so x equals 4. So 4, 0. It's right there. And then let's do this one. That is an x value. Cover that up. Negative 2y equals 20. Divide each side by negative 2, so you get negative 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And this was dotted. So remember, we're going to use 0, 0 and plug it in. That plugs in here and here. So 5 times 0 is 0. 2 times 0 is 0. Is 0 greater than 20? That's false. So shade the side opposite. Number 16. This is in point slope. So remember, when it's in point slope, it's going to be opposite, opposite. So negative 5, negative 2. This will give us a solid line because we have the equal sign right down there. So our graph's going to look like this. So negative 5, negative 2. It's right there. Our slope is this. So slope is 2 over 1. So I'm going to go up 2, right 1. We said it's a solid line. We're going to pick 0, 0, and plug it in. Plug 0 in here and here. So 0 plus 2 is 2. 0 plus 5 is 5. Is 2 greater than or equal to 10? That's false. So shade the side that doesn't have 0, 0 on it. So over there. Number 17. Negative x minus 2y is less than negative 6. This one we have x and y on the same side, so we're going to use x is blank comma 0 and y is 0 comma blank. This is a y value, so cover that up so you get negative x equals negative 6. Multiply both sides by negative 1, so x equals 6. So we're going to go ahead and plot 6 comma 0, which is over there. This is dotted because I don't have an equal sign. So this is a x value, so cover that up so you get negative 2y equals negative 6. Divide each side by negative 2, so that's positive 3, which is up here. Remember, we said it was dotted, so it looks like that. We're going to take 0, 0, 0 is right here. So let's test 0 comma 0. That's our point. Let's plug it in here and here. That's going to give me 0 is less than negative 6. That's false. So shade the side opposite of where 0, 0 is. Number 18 is one of our special cases. So y equals a number is just going to be a horizontal line. So count up 3. And it's dotted because we don't have the equal sign. Pick 0, 0 to see if it works. Of course, you only plug in that 0, so is 0 less than 3? That's true. So shade the side 0, 0's on, which is down here. 19 is the other special case where we have x is greater than 0. Uh-oh. So this is a vertical line right here, right? So I can't really pick 0, 0, but we can use a little thought. What is bigger than 0? Bigger than 0 is over here. So you have to kind of logically think about that one if it went right through there. Or you could pick like, the 0.5 comma 0 and say, is 5 bigger than 0? Yeah, so that works. 20. So we have 3y is greater than negative 9 plus 2x. Yuck. We're not going to do this one. Go ahead and skip over it. Number 21. We get y is less than or equal to negative 3x plus 9. So recall, this one is set up as like y equals mx plus b, where b, 0 comma b, is our y-intercept. So in this case, that's my y-intercept, so 0 comma 9. And then I have a slope of negative 3 over 1, so I'm going to go down 3, right 1. Now a solid line, because I have that. Go ahead and pick 0, 0. So plug 0 in here, 0 in there, so I get 0 is less than or equal to 0 plus 9. 0 is less than or equal to 9. That's true. So shade the side 0, 0's on, so all down here is shaded. Then number 22, y minus 5 is greater than negative 3x plus 1. So remember, when you have the parentheses, you pull the point out first. The signs are opposite. So it was a positive 1, now it's a negative 1. It was a negative 5, now it's a positive 5. So you have negative 1, 5. It's going to be dotted. And then I have a slope, which is this. It's negative 3 over 1, so I'm going to go down 3, right 1. And this is dotted. So 0, 0 is underneath here. 0, 0 is right here. Let's plug the zeros in here and here. So 0 minus 5 is negative 5. Oops, not equal to. And then negative 3, 0 plus 1 is 1. Is negative 5 greater than negative 3? Well, think about it on the number line. Negative 5 is here, negative 3 is here, 0 is over here. So negative 3 is further to the right, so this is bigger. So negative 5 is not bigger, so this is false. This creates a false situation, so shade this side of the line. Okay, I'm going to hand out the take-home test once I'm done talking to the students. Going through the rest of these, I go through yours a lot faster. Try and work on the take-home test. Okay, so the take-home test is one sheet. It's one sheet. It's a front and a back. And for class on Thursday, everybody gets to watch the video and make sure that the take-home test is good to go. We will have a test on Friday, and you can use the take-home test. Any notes you put on the take-home test, you can use on the test. Okay, so don't forget it. Have a nice day. Bye.